What's up, Jamers? It's the one Jame, and today we're going to show you some brand new updates to the Alchemy format. We have some nerfs, we have some buffs that are going to change everything around. You might love them, you might hate them, but regardless, they're new to Arena today, and it starts right now. Cobbled Lancer, ability costs 2 blue from 4 mana, 1 and a blue from 3 and a blue. Additional cost, exile a creature from grave, pay 2, exile Cobbled Lancer from grave, draw a card. I mean, the problem with this card wasn't the ability. The problem with this card was the fact that you have to have a creature in your graveyard to pay 1 mana for it. But this ability does make it better if you're playing just dredge decks, like a Sultai Dredge style deck. Cobbled Lancer's biggest strength is in its mana efficiency, but decks using it for efficiency were often uninterested in using the activated ability. We're aiming to pay the card's strength by making the activated ability cheaper. Okay. The mana gate on the triggered ability made Death Priest of Miracle a weak turn 4 play, as it could not immediately create a token when used in decks utilizing Decayed. The power and toughness increase will also help insulate the zombie deck from 2 damage board wipes, which are often used to beat creature-themed decks that rely on creatures with lower power and toughness. Yeah, Cinderclasm. Good. I like the shout-out. Falcon Abomination is gains Flash! Overcharged Amalgam was difficult to play in zombie decks because so many of the zombie-themed payoffs are best played on your turn. We're aiming to give another option to play alongside Overcharged Amalgam by introducing an instant speed threat to deploy if Overcharged Amalgam doesn't have good targets to counter. Wow. I actually think that's really good. Giving this card Flash is pretty busted, chat. 3 mana 2/2 Flash Flying that comes with a 2/2? Frickin' PogChamp. We're definitely going to be making a zombies deck. Howling Zombie, 2 mana 2/2. Death Touch. When it dies, make it 2/2. Oh, it costs 1 in the black from 2 in the black. Not bad. I mean, I don't know if this is playable anymore still, but most Decayed token generators require a specific condition like Ghoulish Procession or a significant mana investment like Tainted Adversary. Reducing Hobbling Zombie's casting costs will give another cost-effective and reliable source of Decayed tokens alongside Jadar. I honestly do like the fact that you can play this and Jadar in the same deck and still, like, be good, instead of this being freaking 3 mana. Narfi! Oh my gosh, a Narfi buff. 4 mana 4/3. It costs... Oh my gosh, it costs 4 mana instead of 5! Do they come with 3 pity boosters? I'm not sure. Other snow and zombies get +1/+1, return it to the battlefield tapped. Narfi and reanimation ability is the strongest part of the card, but as a result, decks would often try to discard or mill Narfi and actively avoid casting him. True. Reducing the casting cost will make it less punishing to draw Narfi when he's unable to be milled or discarded, and strengthen its role as an answer to board wipes for a zombie deck. So you just play Narfi as your top end? Except for not, because you play Overcharged Amalgam. I guess you'd play Overcharged Amalgam and this. Sepulchre Ghoul, we already read that. 2 harshly countered by expendable tokens and creatures such as Cursebound Witch and Ice Witch. That's true. Giving it a second toughness will let it get into combat much more by profitably attacking through 1 and 3 power creatures. True. Skullscab. Oh my gosh, they're buffing this card? Interesting. Whenever a creature exploits a creature. Okay, instead of exploiting a non-token creature. Okay, make it 2/2. Decay tokens are often the best creatures to exploit, but Skullscab would be too repetitive and limited without the non-token restriction, as players would almost always exploit a zombie token and replace it immediately. Since this change will not affect limited, we were able to remove this restriction and provide another option to play with the Decayed and exploit mechanics together. Stitched Assistant. Cost 1 in a blue from 2 in a blue, now scry 2 from scry 1, it's 2/1 from 3/2. Exploit, when it exploits a creature, scry 2, then draw a card. Oh my gosh, there's like so many changes with this, and I don't really understand there's so many numbers, so many words. Okay, cost 1 in the blue from 3 mana. Now it's scry 2 instead of scry 1, and now it's a 2/1 from a 3/2. Okay, so they buffed the abilities and the cost, but they removed the power and toughness. When it exploits a creature, scry 2, draw a card. Honestly, that's probably really good. Scry 2, draw a card when it exploits, plus you can exploit itself. So it's like sorcery speed, scry 2, draw a card if you really needed to, and it's a death trigger. I actually think this card's pretty darn good. Oh my gosh, they're buffing Allrun. Allrun's ability now reveals the top 3 cards from 2, and Haka is a 3/3 from a 2/3. Ooh. Wow. I still don't know if this card's playable. Because, like, if you were playing this card, I don't even think you played it for the Haka. You played it because you thought Allrun was good. But the problem of this card wasn't that it looked at the top 2 cards, right? The problem was that it's a 5-mana 1/1. Like, that's the problem, right? Well, I guess it gets buffed, but Allrun strength is flexibility of being a 5-mana win condition that can fill gaps in the curve before then. We're buffing both sides to play into some flexibility by having it be more relevant in combat earlier in the game and more consistent with condition later in the game. I still don't think it makes this playable. You blinked it if you ever played it. That's also true. Yeah, Allrun suffers from the why would I use this? Out of like all the other blue cards that you could possibly have, I honestly think just Mordenkainen is better than this card. And people don't even play Mordenkainen. It's like you play Lear or Hullbreaker Horror or whatever other red payoff you want to play, like Magma Opus Hinata, whatever you want to play. Cosmos Charger. It's 3 mana now? But it's a 3/2 instead of a 3/3, but it still has Flash and Flying. And Foretell costs 1 mana? Wow. Well, freaking holy crap. While individual Foretell cards have proven to be strong, building around the mechanic is too inefficient. That's true. This is I think, my favorite card out of Kaldheim. And it was just not good enough. Making it cheaper will help subsidize the expensive mana requirements of the Foretell mechanic, and a mana-efficient Cosmos Charger will have the potential of being a threat for disruptive aggro decks. Nice. Nice. So you just Foretell this on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you Gerard Disruption them, and then you turn 3 flash this in, and then you just start foretelling everything in your freaking hand. Oh my gosh, this paired with the 2-mana black card? Wait, you foretell this on turn 1, turn 2 you play the 2-mana black card that gives all cards in your hand foretell, and then you start foretelling all of the cards in your hand and they all cost 2 mana cheaper? Oh my gosh, we have to build that. Oh my gosh, we have to build that. Who wants to build that? Raise your freaking hand. I mean, yeah, you have to have both of these cards together, but listen, okay, it's gonna be fun. Oh wait, no, you don't foretell this for 1 mana. The foretell is cost 2 for this. Oh. But then it costs 1 mana for a 1 mana 3/2 flash. Okay, that's still insane. Still good, still good. Turn 3, you flash this in, and you counter their spell. Got it. Gitrog, Horror of Zava. Remove the opponent's option to sacrifice token creatures. 4 mana 6/6 menace. Beginning of each combat, if it is untapped, any opponent may sacrifice a non-token creature. If they do, tap it. Then seek a land and put on the battlefield tapped. Whenever a land is the battlefield under your control, it perpetually gains pay 2, sacrifice this land, draw a card. Does it make this, is this card playable? I don't think that makes it playable. Let's see what they have to say. Gitrog Horror of Zava is effective at generating card advantage, but is not much of a threat against the metagame's more common token producers, such as Wedding Announcement and Ranger class. That is true. We're aiming to make a Gitrog a more reliable win condition by increasing the opponent's cost when denying it from combat. I don't think that makes this a win condition. We'll have to see. Debalt Wicked Tormentor. Second ability now deals 4 damage in both instances from 3. Whoa. I mean, that's like not nothing, right? It deals 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker unless its controller has to deal 4 damage to them? Like, that's a freaking lot of damage. Since Debalt is a non-aggressive card, opponents were too easily able to take 3 damage from the second ability. We're aiming to make the second ability more balanced with the other 2 abilities by increasing the range of targets it can destroy, making it more punishing for the opponent to take damage. I mean, I would have liked to see this card at 4 mana. instead of 5, and like bring this to 4 loyalty and make this a -1 or a -2 or something. But this being a +1 with 4 damage is like pretty scary. But like, why would you want to play a 5-mana Planeswalker in your aggro deck? So this is just like a mid-range card. I don't know. It's like it can't even be an aggro top end, because like a 5-mana aggro top end is like, I don't know, like you're going on like Glorybringer territory. Like, why would you play this? Anyway, Tireless Angler now triggers when a swamp enters the battlefield in addition to islands. Oh! Whenever an island or swamp enters the battlefield under your control, draft a card from the spellbook. I still don't think that's good, but you can do it more often. We felt that triggering off swamps would be flavorful, in addition to what that would also allow the cards to see play in more decks. True. Sinister Reflection. It's cost 1 and a blue from double blue. Conjure a duplicate of each of up to 2 target non-token creatures you control into your hand. All of these cards I feel like are abusable. Any cards that do this, but we'll see. Previously, it was effectively restricted to mono-blue creature decks. We were aiming to expand its applications by making it easier to include in multicolor creature decks. Perhaps zombies or ninjas. I was going to say that, but they're specifically mentioning that here. I mean, it is an instant. It is like basically a divination. Kind of. Almost, maybe. Vega! This is one of my other cards from Kaldheim. I was going to build a Vega Cosmos Charger deck. It gains Ward 2. This is the Edgewall Innkeeper that we always needed, chat. Flying, Ward 2. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. I mean, that includes a lot of other types, not just foretelling. That includes, like, your opponent Elite Spellbinders you, and then you cast it, you still draw a card. But the fact that it has Ward 2 makes it a lot harder to kill. Like, Foretell and Flashback, it specifically mentions here. Huh. I like it. Town Razor, it deals damage in the end step. Oh! Town Razor Tyrant needlessly punishing in creature decks that mostly operate at sorcery speed. Adjusting the timing of the trigger will give decks a full turn to use the land at no cost and more information before deciding whether to sacrifice it. Okay, I kind of like that. Like, it was always a feels bad when you're like, dang, I need to sacrifice this right now, because what if I don't draw a land? And then you draw a land, you're just like, wow, that was really bad for me. Or like, you don't sacrifice it because you have to use your mana and you draw a land for turn. Oh, that was so punishing. Showdown of the Skulls with Vega is gonna be insane. Is gonna be pretty cool, like a Jeskai something. But Town Racer Tyrant, the fact that they had to nerf this card twice, that's how you know this card's freaking pushed with a capital push. Fires of Invention, let's freaking go! Cost 5 from 3 and a red. And unban in Historic. We're definitely going to be building a Historic Fires of Invention deck, okay? So keep that in mind. Fires of Invention is an exciting card to build around, but was unable to generate too much mana too early in the game. By delaying the card one turn, we're aiming to lower the ceiling and better align it with the deck building cost of the card. But like, at the same time, you can still play this on turn 5 and play Luca in the same turn. But like, you can't play Luca and another card. So like, you can't go like Luca Yorion with the fires on turn 5. You have to wait till turn 6 to do that. But Luca's not in Standard anymore, so you'd have to play that in Historic. And paying 5 mana for Fires of Invention at sorcery speed as an enchantment in Historic is just really, really bad. What do you think about some of these card changes? For the good or for the bad? Let me know in the comments and what deck you decided to play today. Will Town Razor Tyrant still be one of the best cards in Alchemy? Check in this deck right here. I'll see you over there. Peace.